Matt! Matt, wake up!
Just 5 more minutes.
Matt, you've been in a coma for 2 years.
Okay, 2 more minutes?
But that's right, we're gonna take a look at I was in a coma but heard everything. That's terrifying. I don't know how it works, like if you're in a coma, if you're conscious of everything that's happening around you, or if it's like you're sleeping, I don't know. But we're gonna find out. Before we keep going, go ahead, click that like button in the face, just smack it, and subscribe to the channel. Tell all your friends. Click the link in the description below, get the family-friendly merch, yeah, all the cool kids are doing it. And comment down below how long you usually sleep for. I'm like good 8 hours, sometimes 9 hours, yeah. Okay, now this story might be a little bit creepy, so if you want, go ahead, get a blanket, and let's check it out. Here we go.
The story you're about to hear is one I used to tell everybody. I kept telling it to people over and over, trying to make them listen to me and believe it.
Dang.
But every time I just got skepticism and doubt in return. Eventually, I even stopped believing that it actually happened and just quit talking about it. Until one of my friends came across a video on the internet telling a little boy's story that uncannily resembled mine.
What?
About a month ago, I fell into a coma for a short period of time. It happened due to a certain condition I have. You see, I'm paralyzed from the waist down. I was born that way, so it was just kind of normal for me.
Dang.
I always understood that it's been harder for me than for other people to do certain things, but that was the only life I knew. And I learned to simply accept the hand you're dealt. Anyway, one day as I was rolling my wheelchair down the sidewalk, one of the wheels got stuck. I fell over onto the road and, well, I didn't manage to do anything before a car hit me.
Jeez.
I slipped into a coma. When I opened my eyes, I found myself on the ground in a park near the place where I got hit.
Uh-oh.
At least that's what it looked like at first. Everything around me was quiet, dim, and completely empty. I didn't know how I got there. At that moment, I didn't remember the accident, probably because of how fast it happened. I used my hands to sit up and tried to find my wheelchair. It was nowhere to be seen. And that's when I experienced the weirdest sensation in my whole life. My legs. I could feel them. I tried to move my right leg, and it moved. My left leg moved as well.
Nice.
Almost scared to believe it, I gathered my strength and got on my feet.
Yeah.
I cried tears of joy. I made my first step, then another one, and another. I walked, gaining confidence with every step. Then I started running. I ran and ran without looking where I was going.
Dang, this dude kind of looks like Ron Weasley from Harry Potter. Or he actually kind of looks like Infinite List. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you know, okay, it kind of looks like him. Anyway, it's Kalis. Kalis, what are you doing up in here, man? Dang. Looking like he's about to give somebody a hug, just like, yeah. But hey, your eyebrows are on point though, bro.
Almost like flying. I tripped and fell on the grass, laughing because of how overwhelmed with emotion I was.
Dang.
As I was lying on the grass, happy as can be, a teenage girl ran over to me. She put a finger over her mouth and shushed me. She seemed really scared. In a heartbeat, I was back on my feet. Hey, what's wrong?
Is that blood on her shirt?
Are you trying to get killed? She whispered in a terrified voice. What are you talking about? Shh! She didn't let me finish. What were you thinking? Do you want to get... She stumbled. Eaten? I couldn't hold in a neurotic chuckle, but the girl kept staring at me with fearful, almost insane eyes.
Dang.
Wait, you're new here, aren't you? She asked in a weird voice. What do you mean here? The girl stood silent for a few seconds, and then she told me the most bizarre thing I've ever heard in my life. Her name was Jenny Kirkman, and she claimed that she and her parents had been in a car crash. Jenny said that ever since then she was trapped in this place, which she referred to as limbo or nightmare. She started crying, and in a confused voice she repeated, "And I just can't wake up, can't wake up." At that point, I was almost certain that she was just crazy. I wanted to do something, at least to calm her down. In a soothing voice, I tried to get more information out of her. "And how long have you been here? We should get help. Try to find your parents."
Watch them hands, bro.
You think I'm insane, don't you? I tried to deny it.
Dang, that kind of looks like my girlfriend, Sarah. Look, animated Sarah, what, man? But girl, you done got some ketchup stains up on your shirt. You might want to, like, you know, get some Tide or something, like, get that out. Holding up her finger like she about to order a Starbucks drink.
Yeah, I'll have me the pumpkin spice latte, please.
You're not the first one I've met here. They all appear out of nowhere and then they disappear. And I don't know where they go. As for time, it doesn't exist here. Look! She pulled my wrist and showed my watch. It was frozen at 3:31 p.m.
Ooh.
That was weird, but it didn't prove anything. The battery must have... I started. She chuckled hysterically and showed me the screen of her smartphone. It showed 1:56 p.m.
Dang.
I stared at it for a while, waiting for the time to change, but it didn't. But that's impossible. There must be some sort of... Oh, come on. Try to remember how you got here. I focused on my memories. They were slowly, unwillingly coming back to me. My wheelchair getting caught, the sound of screeching brakes, the impact. I gasped for air.
Ooh.
Confused and overwhelmed, I looked around. The dark, foggy forest was dead quiet. So this is limbo then. Something like that, I guess. Yeah, or a nightmare that you can't wake up from. A horrible thought flashed in my mind. Wait, what did you say about being eaten?
There's something back.
I shuddered, looking somewhere behind my back. Run if you don't want to find out firsthand. Jenny ran in the opposite direction. Before I took off after her, I threw a quick glance behind my back.
Bro.
The image that I saw still haunts me.
Ugh.
In a distance, there was a lanky, dark figure with a white face and black, hollow eyes. Blood drooling out of its mouth, filled with sharp teeth. That creature terrified me so much.
Ew.
I can't even really describe that feeling. It felt almost as if I was staring death in the face. I ran, following Jenny away from it. Finally, we lost whatever it was and stopped, trying to catch our breath. What was that? I asked, still gasping for air. I don't know, but it's been hunting down and killing people here. So that's what you meant by people disappearing?
Jeez.
She went silent for a while, but finally answered. Not just that, some of them simply vanish. Vanish? But that's impossible? She interrupted. More impossible than that monster that was just chasing us? I had nothing to answer to that. Jenny sat down on the ground. She seemed absolutely exhausted, absolutely hopeless. She didn't look like a teenage girl, more like an old woman trapped in a child's body. I had to do something. I started thinking. She said this place was like limbo or a nightmare. And when you're trapped in a nightmare, what should you do to wake up? I jumped to my feet. Hey, I've got an idea. Together, Jenny and I dug a huge pit. Then we made several big stakes using my pocket knife and placed them on the bottom of the pit facing up. We covered the whole thing with branches, twigs, then leaves and grass.
Ow.
To finish our trap, I tied several big branches together and put my hoodie on top. We put this sort of improvised scarecrow right over the hidden pit. We took a few steps away to check out our work. It seemed surprisingly decent for two amateurs. I looked at Jenny. Are you ready? She was pale and shaking, but bravely nodded.
It ain't gonna work.
We hid in the bushes and started yelling as loud as we could. I can't remember what our exact words were, and it's really not that important. We were just calling out to the monster, encouraging it to come and find us. After a while, it did appear out in the nearby field. We immediately went quiet. Almost stopped breathing. Horrified that it might actually find us. But it went for the trap. Its black, lanky figure slowly approached the scarecrow. At some point, it slowed down and stopped, looking at the scarecrow from a distance. Jenny and I exchanged terrified looks. Did this thing know it was a trap? We didn't have a plan B. We wouldn't know what to do if we got exposed. Well, except we could start running for our lives, hoping that we'd get lucky enough to escape once again. We were almost ready to do that when finally the monster made another step and fell right into the hole. What happened after that is hard to describe. It was fast and unclear. It felt as if a bomb exploded in the pit. A bright white flash blinded us. The explosive sound was almost unbearable, and an air blast flung us to the ground.
What?
The next thing I remember is waking up in a hospital bed. I was back in the real world and back in my wheelchair. At first, that was heartbreaking, but I pushed through it. After all, my real life, with all its difficulties, is infinitely better than that creepy limbo place I was stuck in during my coma.
Dang.
After I saw the little boy's story on the internet that so vividly resembled my own experience, I realized that all of it actually wasn't just my imagination, like doctors and everyone else kept telling me. I decided to find Jenny to make sure she was okay.
What?
It took me quite some time. I had to check every Jenny Kirkman on the internet.
Stalker.
And yesterday, I finally found her. Well, her Facebook account. I looked through a recent post. She seemed so happy and carefree, like a teenage girl should be. I sent her a message only to receive, "Hi, I'm sorry, do I know you?" Apparently, she didn't remember anything that had happened.
Dang.
I apologized and said that I just mistook her for someone else. I couldn't break it to her. I still remembered that old person's despair on her face, and I decided that she doesn't need to know. All that matters is that she's all right. Both of us are.
Bro! The thing's real! Dang, yeah, that would be creepy if you're like in a coma and then you have to fight some dang demon. no, not today. And then once you defeat the demon, that's how you wake up from a coma. And sometimes it takes a long time. What? I don't know how true that is, but that'd be kind of creepy. Oh, jeez. So we don't know if that really happened or if that was just his imagination. But, you know, comment down below, let me know what you think. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click that like button and subscribe to the channel. Click the link in the description below, get the family-friendly merch long sleeve. It'll help keep you warm, super comfortable, and soft. And thank you guys for watching and supporting the channel. It really means a lot. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace.